Attorneys for the Fullerton police officer charged with murdering Kelly Thomas are now building their defense, and despite the photos and graphic details revealed in the case, the lawyer representing Officer Manny Ramos is confident they will win at trial. KTLA's Brandi Hitt live in Fullerton. Brandi?
Micah, I spoke with the attorney representing Manny Ramos today, that Fullerton officer, and he told me that he is so confident Ramos will get a fair trial and also be found not guilty that he's not going to be asking for a change of venue.
Everyone, please rise.
Manuel Ramos's defense attorney, John Barnett, is already laying out his defense strategy for the Fullerton officer charged with second-degree murder in the beating death of Kelly Thomas.
That he did not commit excess use of force. He did not cause death of the suspect.
The Orange County District Attorney says Ramos was the aggressor and threatened Kelly before the beating began.
Now see my fists? They're getting ready to F you up.
But those are just words, according to Barnett, who also represented an LAPD officer in the Rodney King beating case.
That statement was taken out of context. It was an attempt to use non-physical activities in order to get compliance from the subject.
Will you be arguing that Mr. Ramos did not strike Mr. Thomas in any way?
No. My argument will be that the use of force by Officer Ramos was appropriate.
Once the beating began, investigators say Corporal Jay Cicinelli kneed Kelly, tased him, and beat him in the face with the taser gun until Kelly did not move. Cicinelli, represented by other attorneys, pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and excessive force on Wednesday and is now out on bail, while the investigation continues into the actions of 4 more Fullerton officers who were on scene.
To stand around and do nothing is also a crime.
Kelly's father says he's still pursuing action against those 4 officers.
I'm not through with them. I'm going to find more evidence. I'm going to dig it up. We need these guys to at least get fired immediately.
When it comes to Officer Ramos, Barnett says he's confident he will be found not guilty.
For an officer to be charged for an on-duty event with murder, it's very, very rare. I'm aware of only 2 cases in Southern California in the last 40 years. In the cases that I'm familiar with, there was no conviction.
Mr. Barnett says that he will be in court on Monday when Officer Ramos is arraigned, and he says this is likely going to be a very lengthy trial. I did call Officer Cicinelli's attorneys today, and they simply told me they had no comment. Live in Fullerton, Brandi Hitt, KTLA 5 News. Micah, back to you in the studio.
Brandi, thank you. We've been on the Kelly Thomas beating story from day one, so stay with KTLA News and KTLA.com for continuing coverage of the case.